Yo, what's going on guys, it's Cynical and welcome back to another Kingdom Hearts 3 news and information video. Today for you guys, we've got some juicy details regarding flow motion within Kingdom Hearts 3. Now, looking over the years of Kingdom Hearts 3 and the, slates of news that of course we've received, we actually haven't received too much information regarding flow motion within Kingdom Hearts 3 and exactly how it's going to work, whether or not it's going to be slightly changed compared to its Dream Drop Distance counterpart. Obviously, the Kingdom Hearts title that introduced the flow motion mechanic. Now, although flow motion was revealed to be a mechanic within Kingdom Hearts 3 quite some time ago, like I was saying, we don't really know too much about it. Now, ultimately, flow motion actually has a lot of people worried, as of course it was deemed pretty overpowered within Dream Drop Distance. Although that game solely focused on the player actually utilizing that mechanic, it felt very free in the sense of if we wanted to, escape a really sticky situation, we could do that by just simply dashing from wall to wall to wall and keeping above the high ground. Especially when looking towards the flow motion attack abilities in Dream Drop Distance, Shock Dive especially was extremely overpowered. It was this AoE special ability that you could activate as soon as flow motion was activated, and you could pretty much just spam that, spam that, spam that. There was no gauge or resource that you would have to sacrifice in order to use any of these abilities. And so this is why a lot of people as of right now are kind of a little bit worried towards, flow motion in Kingdom Hearts 3 and exactly how it's going to work. Now, Tetsuya Nomura within the course of 2 interviews actually touched upon flow motion in Kingdom Hearts 3, and interestingly enough, it actually has a name change. Flow motion within Kingdom Hearts 3 will now be known as Athletic Flow, which is pretty interesting. So I'm going to read over these 2 news segments to give you guys a pretty good idea as to exactly how flow motion is going to work in Kingdom Hearts 3, so without further ado, let's jump into it. So the first one is stemming from the IGN interview. He said, with the previous flow motion, it seemed a little too free. And we did receive feedback from the consumers that they didn't know what to do with it, and it was kind of hard to control on their end. So we tried to refine it, and it's evolved into now what we call Athletic Flow. Stemming from the Game Informer interview, Tetsuya Nomura went on to say, it's a new mechanic that we're implementing in Kingdom Hearts 3. The Japanese name is Athletic Flow. I don't know what the English final name is just yet. It's based on the flow motion mechanic, and it's basically revamped and introduced as a new mechanic in Kingdom Hearts 3. You'll be utilizing the environment to propel yourself to an area that you're not normally able to go to, or again running up the cliff during battle. Those can be expected in each of the different worlds you'll be traversing through. So that's the explanation from Tetsuya Nomura, which is pretty good. It gives us a fair idea as to exactly how flow motion, or what it's known as now, Athletic Flow, will kind of be like and how it will be used within Kingdom Hearts 3. Now, I do find it interesting that he mentioned from player feedback from Dream Drop Distance, players felt like flow motion was a little bit too free within Dream Drop Distance. Now, with him actually bringing up that comment, it leads me to believe that in the way that flow motion will work, or athletic flow will work in Kingdom Hearts 3, it won't be, I would say, as accessible as it was in Dream Drop Distance. But then again, when I say that, it's interesting because when we look back to the E3 2015 trailer, we can clearly see Sora actually dashing towards the wall and then of course bouncing off of it, activating flow motion, which is exactly how it works in Dream Drop Distance. All you would actually have to do is dash towards a wall, bounce off it, dash towards another wall while in midair, activating flow motion, and you could simply just rinse and repeat, getting to the highest height of the map. Now, to be honest, this is actually going to work really well with Kingdom Hearts 3, mainly because when looking towards the scale of the worlds, Square Enix are really aiming for the height factor, meaning that, of course, within worlds, we're going to be able to ascend up things. The worlds this time around aren't just plain square areas, they're more or less actual living, breathing worlds with scale and height. And so flow motion, when looking towards this, will work really, really well and coincide perfectly with the world layout that we have in Kingdom Hearts 3. Now, within the Toy Story trailer that we got recently, I noticed that Sora actually performs what looks to be Shock Dive from the flow motion within Dream Drop Distance, except this time around in Kingdom Hearts 3, it doesn't look to be super overpowered. Now, that ability seems like it's returning. You guys tell me. It's on the screen as of right now, but once again, it just doesn't look like it's as strong as it was in Dream Drop Distance. When we use it in Dream Drop Distance, we can actually see this special effect that pretty much signifies the area in which the damage radius goes to. Whereas in Kingdom Hearts 3, when we actually use this ability from the looks of it, it's pretty much just a straightforward strike down to the ground. Meaning that it doesn't really seem like there's too much radius or too much AoE when using this ability within Kingdom Hearts 3, and I think that's a really, really good thing. Now, I was one of the users who would consistently use Shock Dive just because of the fact that it was there to use, but honestly speaking, I'm liking the idea of this, what looks to be a toned down Shock Dive within Kingdom Hearts 3, because of course when looking towards the abilities that you would use on the offensive side of flow motion within Dream Drop Distance, that was most certainly the #1 ability players would use to of course destroy things while using flow motion in Dream Drop Distance, because it was so accessible. Also, the whole parkour thing that we see within Kingdom Hearts 3 and that we have also seen in 0.2 Birth by Sleep seems to also be part of the whole athletic flow system. So I would say the whole parkour stuff, the little sparkles that indicate that we can perform a special sort of parkour move, is also part of this whole athletic flow thing. He also mentioned within the interview as well that the whole running up the wall that we see within the Olympus world, when of course we're making our way towards the Rock Titan, is also part of the athletic flow mechanic as well. Now, I wouldn't say this is going to be a system where every single wall we come across in Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to be there so that we can run up it. Rather, that if we actually pay attention to the E3 2015 trailer, you guys will probably notice that there are those exact same sparkles going on the wall, which indicate that we can actually use athletic flow on that object. So it would seem like certain things within worlds that we'll come across, we can perform these special athletic flow moves, whether it means, you know, traversing over some, I don't know, some poles or something, or actually running up the wall. Who really knows, but it would seem to be that there are specific things throughout worlds that we're going to be able to utilize athletic flow with. All in all though, it would seem that flow motion within Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to remain relatively the same as it was in Dream Drop Distance. However, it would seem that it's going to be toned down quite a bit, with of course the focus remaining around the true formula of the Kingdom Hearts gameplay experience when looking towards the gameplay found of 1 and 2. Kingdom Hearts 3 for the most part is focusing on that formula. But guys, that's all the news and information for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. I find it very interesting that they're changing the name up to Athletic Flow. It would seem that they're actually trying to steer away from the major focus of flow motion within Kingdom Hearts 3, and to be honest, I think that's a really good thing. Although it would seem like it still works the same as it does within Dream Drop Distance, it would definitely seem as if it's actually toned down. So let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions towards this, and until next time, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.